Shaky is back. It's his new single, All You Need Is Greed. Coming up, we've got our brilliant record of the week from Rosa Lynn. Your love song messages are at 10:15, and it's the final 10 to the top of the week, that is, at 10:30. It's Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, your smart speaker, and 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 10 o'clock, I'm Mike Powell. A young member of the US National Guard is due to appear in court in Boston today in connection with a major leak of secret American military documents. Jack Teixeira, who's 21, is reported to be the leader of an online chat group where the files were shared. Kurt Volker, a former US ambassador to the NATO military alliance, says the case raises questions about the handling of confidential information.
The one thing you don't want to do is make sure that the information that we collect, the analysis we have, don't actually get to policymakers, decision makers, so that it becomes useless intelligence. You do have to distribute it, but you have to do it in a smart way. You've got to be smarter than just making it available to everybody permanently.
Britain's biggest train workers union, the RMT, says it's considering a new pay offer from rail bosses as the industrial dispute over wages and conditions continues. The union's leaders are looking at the contents of the deal, but no further steps have been taken. The RMT previously called off strikes in late March and early April to enter into talks with the group representing rail companies. And the Royal College of Nursing is due to reveal today whether its members in England have agreed to accept the government's new pay offer, which is aimed at stopping further strike action. The ballot closed this morning. The business journalist and former Barclays board member Baroness Wheatcroft has called for the Confederation of British Industry to be scrapped. Police are investigating the business organisation after it sacked its Director General and suspended 3 other employees over allegations of misconduct. The lobby group has appointed a new boss and launched what it called a root and branch review of its culture and governance. But Baroness Wheatcroft says its time has probably passed.
To represent the broad spread of members that it claims to is increasingly difficult. The interests of Amazon and a small manufacturing business in the north of England are so different now that to put them under the same umbrella as the consultants and the accountants and the banks really doesn't make sense any longer.
Local councils in England are concerned that officials could be overwhelmed by the introduction of compulsory voter ID, which is coming into force in time for the local elections on the 4th of May. The government has said the measure is necessary to prevent voter fraud. Our political correspondent Ian Watson says the elections will be a crucial test for the policy.
There's a general view that perhaps your younger people or less well-off people who might not have the required photo ID might therefore be dissuaded from voting. But also there are now some concerns that some older voters, of course, might not have the required ID either. So I think there will be some calls from some people inside the party to say, look, is there any evidence that this is a problem? Is it being exaggerated?
Retailers say shoppers are swapping from fresh food to frozen as grocery bills rise. Tesco, Waitrose and Marks & Spencer have all reported frozen goods becoming more popular with customers. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 10.
Thank you, Mike.
Gary Davis.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.
BBC Radio 2.
Ooh, Gary Davis. Ooh, Gary Davis. Ooh, Gary Davis on your radio.